You talking subliminal? I can't even see me.
Sunny Digital.
Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy Lord Kale back in another video, man. I got a quick question for all my Eagles fans, even sports fans out there. Is it a crime? Does it make you seem crazy if you have your team expectations too high? Like me. Y'all know me. I'm on the forefront to think that the Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl, if not the NFC Championship Conference game. I'm on the forefront of saying that. I already bet money on it. So is it crazy to believe that? I don't think so. Going back to history and what history tells me, what y'all will know about me is I'm a history buff. I love history because the thing about history, it always repeats its goddamn self. History will always take its history. History will never lie unless the person like telling it is a liar themselves. Okay? And like I wouldn't lie to you guys. Seriously. I'm going off the notes I have here, okay? So I think it's not crazy for us to have Super Bowl ambitions because of the teams that we had before that took us to these conference games and that Super Bowl in 2004. Because if y'all remember, the Eagles went to back NFC Championship games. In 2000, let's get my notes here, right? Notes are always good, right? Especially coming out of college. We went to the championship games in 01, 02, 03, 04, 2008. So what that tells me is during the early parts of the 2000s, the Eagles dominated the NFC. Went to championship games, one step away from the playoffs. But of course, you know, once you get there, like to win or lose. And we lost some pretty good teams. 01, it was the Rams, like the match copyright. 02, it was the Buccaneers. They had that defense. 03, I think it was like the Seahawks or somebody. You know, after that we went there, but you know, of course we went through our runs. Now, just saying that back in the day, we had quarterbacks like Don McNabb, Coy Detmer, second string, Jeff Blake, third string, okay? Do we not have a better quarterback roster than we did back then? Now, a lot of people are not going to argue that Don McNabb is better than Carson Wentz. I'm not even going to argue that because he hasn't even went to the playoffs yet. But I'm going to say that the potential is very, very high. Very high. Even at a second string, Clayton Thorson, Nate Sudfeld, Cody Kessler are all better than Jeff Blake and Coy Detmer. Quarterbacks and you'll never hear of again after this video, right? Running backs, Westbrook, Correll Buckhalter, Deuce Staley, all right? Oh, with John Ritchie at the fullback. A lot of people don't remember John Ritchie and Correll, but I do. Shout out to my boys, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we have a lot better tandem than we had back then with Jordan Howard, third most in the league since 2016. Brian Westbrook wasn't leading any stats in 3 years in his league. I mean, although he was a very good running back and deserves to be in the Eagles Hall of Fame. Correll Buckhalter, nobody remembers him. Deuce Staley, one of the best running backs ever had for the Eagles. Okay? Well, that got taken by LaShawn McCoy. So, I mean, and obviously we have a better tandem. Obviously we have a better running back tandem than we had then. So, in saying that, we're a lot better at running back than we were then. But we have the same style of running that we do. Between the tackles. You know, very stout running backs that can catch at the backfield. Keys to help us win the Super Bowl. Like, I think we're like very good at that during our Super Bowl runs. Well, championship game runs. I'm not going to say Super Bowl runs, championship runs. All right? And then wide receiver, outside of T.O., who's obviously Hall of Fame, obviously somebody we had to get to the Super Bowl that we got in 2004, 2005, right? But other than that, we had trash receivers. Yeah, like, y'all remember James Thrash, Todd Pinkston, Freddie Mitchell? I think we have better potential then than we had now, but due to the coaching back then of Andy Reid, we were able to have that success of going to back-to-back championship games. And I think this same formula is prevalent in today, and it's going to help us get back to that. Tight ends, L.J. Smith and Chad Lewis. Look at my face. Not even going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to skip over that. Because all this not even a comparison right now. O-lineman, we have the same style of O-line that we had back then with Hank Fraley, who helped us get the most points per game. Well, third most points per game in 2002, 25.9 points per game in 2004, which was the fourth most in NFL. At that time, then we had John Runyon, Jermaine Mayberry, who was an All-Pro, Pro Bowl lineman. Then we had John Runyon, Pro Bowl, All-Pro lineman. Trey Thomas, Pro Bowl, All-Pro lineman. And using this today, we had the same style of lineman. Cause Lane Johnson and Jason Peters, both All-Pro, Pro Bowl, right? Going to the Hall of Fame, right? Brandon Brooks, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, right? Going to the Hall of Fame, right? Jason Kelsey, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, right? Going to the Hall of Fame, right? We have the same, the same kind of linemen with the same kind of accolades, right? And then we have D linemen. Our scheme was a lot like it was back then. 4-3 base defense building around an interior core lineman. And god damn it, who was our interior core lineman in the early 2000s? Oh wait. Corey Simon, a Pro Bowler. All right. And then we had McDougal, Javon Kearse, even though we got him later in his career. He was a Pro Bowl, All-Pro lineman. We had Hugh Douglas, 2-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowl. And then we had Derek Burgess, 2-time Pro Bowl, All-Pro lineman, sack leader in 2005. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We have those same fire of linemen that we do today. Derek Barnett. Okay, get a little spicy here. Derek Barnett. Fletcher Cox, who's also going to the Hall of Fame. Brandon Graham, going to the Hall of Fame. Super Bowl winners. So we have the same linemen that helped us get there. So there's no reason for me to believe we cannot go back to the Super Bowl. There's no reason for me to believe that. No reason. Linebacking core, okay, we're a bit weak in that department because back then we had linebackers like Mark Semino, Mr. Monday Night, if y'all remember him. Jeremiah Trotter, four-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro. Ike Reese, All-Pro, Pro Bowl. So we don't have linebackers. But you know what? We have a better coach than we did back then. Because today, I believe we have a linebacking coach. We have Ken Flahole, who has that Super Bowl experience with the 02 Seahawks. Remember them with Matt Hasselbeck? I think Jerry Rice, and I think Sean Alexander. Remember that? Yeah. So a lot more Super Bowl experience at the linebacking coach to compensate for the lacking of players that we have at that position. All right. Like defensive backs, we have. Bro, although we don't have Vincent Taylor, Bobby Taylor, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Sheldon Brown knocked out Reggie Bush, Brian Dawkins, Michael Lewis, although we don't have the same tenacity and accolades as we do today, we have the potential of our roster in Ronald Darby, if he can stay healthy, Russell Douglas, Malcolm Jenkins, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, Sidney Jones, upcoming rookie, Crevon LeBlanc, who is just ranked, after the playoffs of being like a great cornerback, a great young upcoming quarterback. Ryan McLeod, Jalen Mills, if he can stop getting beat on the double move. We have the same kind of roster that we did back then. Probably a little bit better in some areas, but coaching staff, like whether it be the medical team that helps nurse our team's injuries, are a lot better than we had back then. A lot better. Coaching staff. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl, so obviously he's the best head coach in Eagles history. Obviously, besides Andy Reid. You know, we have Press Taylor as the QB coach who worked under John DeFilippo, developing Carson Wentz in 2017 and helped prepping Nick Foles for that playoff run in 2017. We have that. And then Justin Peel, our tight ends coach, developing Hall of Fame talent and perennial Pro Bowl talent. I'm not even going to go into that because tight ends is not even a comparison. Jeff Stoutland, O-line coach. He helped coach our linemen into Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber, and Super Bowl winning linemen. Like, you understand that? Like, I'm saying, so stop letting people tell you that Super Bowl expectations are too high. It's not. Winning Super Bowl, it's not. It's not too high. So don't let anybody tell you that. So, like next video, when I get some graphics, I'm definitely going to go into more detail about this, because right now I'm just in a rush to get to work. I just want to just come spill spill this sauce on you guys, man, because I don't know, it was just burning in my heart when somebody told me yesterday, told me, an Eagles fan, that I'm aiming too high. I mean, like, playoffs is the minimum. Fuck that. Fuck that. No, all right, so, like, tell me what y'all think, man. Like, y'all have a nice rest of y'all day. Y'all stay safe and hydrated out here, all right?